like you said, could end up with a disadvantageous matchup. But no shot.
Yeah. Now look at this.
Yo, Sideshow is not gone. Sideshow is here. What's up? What's been cracking?
We only have 3 teams actually decided. All those bottom 5 spots you're going to see from 4 to 8 are all going to be decided over today.
All right, let's do some predictions.
Cannot really afford to drop any maps whatsoever. Need to get
So,
4-0s in these last 2 series. If they
I got myself 2 cups. I got myself some oats. So we'll see. We'll see who we decide to go for. So what's the first 2 teams? Paris. So I've got to draw a chicken. How do I draw a chicken, dude? And then black, 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 black.
You know, that's
black.
really have to start asking questions. You know, are they going to be the
Is that a good chicken? That's a pretty good chicken, right? All right, there's a chicken, and then what's the other one? Justice. I don't know. I'm just gonna draw an American flag because they're like Team America, you know. And there you go. There's America. Okay, so America, chicken. Scoop some oats. And then all right, so chicken. Yes, let's see.
So we're gonna find out, Paris. Can they get those 4-0s? Can they keep the dream alive and climb the standings and make their way into that top 8?
Oh. Oh, it's this one. Oh.
Seeking a victory indeed, Kilios. You know, this team has been.
You ain't never seen a fucking goat do that, have you? You think you can replace me with a goat? You're wrong. You can't replace me with a goat, Brent. I'm better than a goat. I can do everything a goat can do. Don't replace me with a goat. Don't replace me with a goat. I can eat things as well, if you need me to. I've made a mess again.
It's still not going to be an easy win here.
Well, let's see if they can take them down.
I've made a mess again.
For the double 4-0s in their series here. Then tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Paris Eternal.
I've made a mess. My parents are about to come into my room. They're gonna see me. They're gonna kick me out. I'm gonna have to go to LA. I don't know. What am I gonna do? All right, let's get all these oats on the floor. You can eat my ass if you want. What the fuck is going on with these people in chat? First comment I read is you can eat my ass if you want. Hello? What's wrong with you guys?
Overshadow burn, but it's these 2 right here on your screen that we're kind of hoping that Eternal, for their sake,
all right,
around them a little bit more, trying to set up some more of those shatter bomb combos as we see him dropping the hammer there.
And it's not always about the shatters too. Sometimes it's just about the Reinhardt charges that we see. Here's one of those combos there where he is able to get the shatter.
I got oats everywhere.
The enemy Reinhardt to prevent the enemy Reinhardt shield from being in place. So the Benzi's explosion will catch multiple members.
I need an oats sponsorship, definitely. Breaking news: Sideshow offers ass to chat. I didn't offer you my ass. What do you make of Soon versus Shadowburn for Paris? I think for whatever reason they seem to play around Shadowburn a little better, but I think they're both pretty poor.
Unfortunately, his results didn't look that much better. We've got
Clearly they believe that Shadowburn is better or is like a positive change for the team. They only run Soon on maps where he needs to play the McCree as well, like Ilios. But I haven't really seen much of a difference. If anything, I thought Soon might have been slightly better individually. He just didn't play with the team as well. Or rather, the team didn't play with him as well. It seemed like the team didn't play around him very well. I missed a bunch of stuff as well. I am Kling. Thank you for the tier 1 resub for 2 months in a row. 500 bits from a Glimmy with Team Oats. Thank you. Exerons with Twitch Prime as well with the Bork Live. Thank you. Period Clyde now with 500 bits. Goats can't receive bit donations though. Think about it. They can. They can. They just spend it on Oats. And Audacity with the tier 1 sub. Thanks. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this. So Ben Best does quite a lot of damage. Janus is now separated from the rest of the team as well. Huge amount of damage and just gets melted. And Janus backs off to the left while the rest of his team backs off to the right. And that is just instantly your team's divided. If Janus doesn't come back to the team, they're going to get poked and die. And if he does, he's going to die. Just, I don't know. This is classic Justice play, where they just don't get what to do. Tangled Nuts better and Dennis Smith Jr.'s would. Thank you. Okay, Janus destroyed again. Just getting absolutely abused. Well, this is going to be a fast game to start things, ladies and gentlemen.
Back when Reinhardt was meta in Korea, Giannis was on luxury.
This is going to be a fast one. This is going to be a really, really fast one. Paris is speed running. Every time I watch Justice play, they're worse. How does that happen? Probably worse opponent or better opponent. No, actually, that's not the case, is it? They haven't got better and better opponents. They just aren't improving, and everybody else is improving, I think, is the answer. Justice look like they're totally lost. Totally lost. Janus got booped off the top. A lot of damage into him again. Why? What the fuck is going on with the frames on my stream? Is anyone else getting that? Crazy bad stream. Things on my stream. Nice grab. They managed to keep them alive. Good focus fire onto Ben Best when he tried to go aggressive. They weren't able to get the early pick on Janus. If Janus stays alive and they get to pull off ults, okay. Not too bad. But Justice did invest both of their support ults, and Paris have still both to use. So Paris is still going to win easily.
Every time Finzi drops the self-destruct, somebody just places it right on the ground. Ben Best comes in for the charge. Washington Justice collapses on him and kills him instead.
Janus or Sansam have to do something crazy here. Like, they have to play aggro with the self-destruct and try and get an Earth Shatter off or something like that, where they can buy enough time, because otherwise Cruz and Heap are just going to run over them with the ults. Soon's taking a lot of damage though. Stratos really weak. Janus booped out of position. Soundbar is used, but okay. What the fuck is that self-destruct? Oh my god, how does that kill 2 people? I've got oats stuck all over my fucking teeth. Justice had no idea what to do there. What Justice did was just run in after Stratus had already taken a bunch of poke, and then they just didn't do anything. They just tried to disengage when the sound barrier came out. I will tell you something though. Paris's sound barriers are bad, and I think the reason for it is that Cruz is using them and telling people to run forwards, and the delay between Cruz telling someone to go forward and them actually going forward is enough to fuck up their sound barriers. If it was their main tank calling for the sound barriers, he would already be running in as the sound barrier is applied, and the distance is much closer. But because of the way that Paris works, I think Cruz is calling the sound barrier and calling them to push, uses the barrier, and then they don't have, they like aren't going aggressively enough, quickly enough.
Well, let's see if the second time is charmed. They get high.
Alright, whenever they use the sound barriers, they're very slow to initiate afterwards, and I think it's because they just take a while to react to Cruz saying go aggressive. Well, it's a decent attempt from Sansam to try and peel. I think they're going to get a punish on Janus though. And like, Washington all dropped to the low ground, and Paris just stayed up top and they're doing spam to them. But they have managed to keep Janus alive. It's they need this pick. Janus up on the top as well. Sorry, Finzi up on the top. That allows them to get an angle over the top of Janus's shield. So that for Paris.
Actually funny too how this works
But
out.
the big problem there for Washington was that after they got the pick on Ben Best, they backed off.
Actually gives Finzi a lot of charge.
Yes, Janus was weak, but against if it's two good teams playing against each other in that situation, Washington should back off just for a small amount of time to be able to gather themselves, but not drop onto the low ground. They should just rotate around on the high ground. But instead, Washington dropped to the low ground, make a big positioning mistake, and then everybody can just wail on Janus from the high ground. Teams got split. Janus has been booped as well. Janus just tries to pin his way out of there. Janus is just getting destroyed. Like, totally always booped out of position, misplaced from the rest of his team. The rest of Washington are not fast enough to be able to follow Janus around, and Janus is unpredictable in the ways that he backs off, because he doesn't always back off into the best areas.
For the defender on Mecha base means that it's so hard for the team that's trying to regain control of the point, even if they have more ultimates, which they don't, to break through these chokes. Look, once again from the high ground, look at the damage.
Yeah, push their way through the low ground there.
A lot of damage. Armor packs already had to be used. Grab out, but the trance is there. The bomb was out. That's pretty nice. But the problem is, Justice always use their sound barrier when you use a bomb. Always. And so all Paris have to do is throw in Grav Bomb, and they know that both support ultimates will get burnt for Justice every single time, and all Paris have to do now is come in with the sound barrier. So now it just comes down to the sound barrier. And like I said, the sound barriers, they are actually quite slow to move on. But if they play the point, then Justice are forced to come towards them, and then they can get much more aggressive. Okay. Decent aggression this time. They were already on top of Janus. Janus couldn't disengage. But Justice don't do anything. They just walk towards you. Like, they literally just do nothing.
2 times in a row, Giannis goes for the drop-down shatter. This time he gets punished even harder. Doesn't even get to use it. He'll be thankful for that, as he does have it on one last attack attempt.
Their stats say beat is better to use to counter bomb. You know what? You joke, but I think that might be true. I think that might be true, is that they just look at stats weirdly like that. Ooh, Fazix just got booped as well. I think he's still going to be alive, but he's definitely out of this fight. And I almost wish I hadn't given 10% to Justice now. I was just worried that I didn't have the right read on Paris, but I think I had the right read on Paris. I think I had the right read for this game, I just wasn't confident enough about it. I should have gone with the 99-0. Aye, aye, aye. Thank you, Monkey Rez. Mentally boom Bren in person. I'll be going for the mental booms. I will go in for the mental booms. Janus is literally their worst player. I don't know about that. But I think Janus is definitely worse than... I mean, saying that Mano was better than Janus at one point on Reddit was a controversial statement. Imagine that. Imagine the state of that. I made a video about it, and people in the comments were like, no, that's not the case, you know. Aero said Janus was really tough to play against. Like, maybe stylistically when he had all the rest of NYXL around him, but he's not as good. He just isn't as good individually. Levin3D, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Scrun Squad, which is a very cheesy slogan, which I will have to get rid of. Are the walls really random though? The walls are on a timer and there's a clear warning sound. I wouldn't call this random. Okay, so you're right, they're not random, but it's a variable element that you can't decide to take fights based on when the walls are up, because there's so many more important variables. So it ends up being fairly random because you have to take the fights when you have to take the fights based on a bunch of other stuff. So at that point, whether the walls are up or not, yes, you could be tracking it all the time, and perhaps the teams are, I don't know. But it is either bad luck or good luck whether or not you've been forced to fight at a time when the walls are up or the walls are down. It's a bit like the elevators on Hollywood, except I think they can actually go out of whack, right, with people stood underneath them. They like hit their heads on the elevators, hit their heads and like go back upwards, so it messes with the timings. But just anything that has like a timed element to it adds that extra variable that's so unnecessary, because it doesn't add anything skillful, because it's not big enough to have to play around. It's just another confounding variable to the fight. Like the train in Overpass in CSGO. Not really though, because the train in Overpass in CSGO comes at regular times every single round, and every round it comes at the beginning where you're just always setting up, right? Doesn't it come in like the first 5-10 seconds of a round? Or maybe 10-15 seconds of a round? I mean, these are happening constantly throughout.
If he could land the shatters, then he's going to win that efficient fight in terms of ultimates and turn it around. He took the risk.
Do you think Justice is better or worse than Season 1 Shanghai? Compared... Yeah, I think Justice is better than Season 1 Shanghai. Definitely. I think they don't have to worry about such a horrible communication problem.
We're talking about a round 3 right now on Busan. So, you know, we were really critical of the player, but there was, you know, in his mind, reasoning behind taking those big risks.
I mean, it's kind of like you said, Bumper, when he goes for like the sneaky play, hiding in the corner.
And gang game. Okay, what? Good question though. No, not all teams use double support ult for bomb grab. Most teams will invest the Lucio ult if they know that their Rhine is not in a position to block it, and they think the fight is winnable. Otherwise, your Lucio ult is basically wasted. If the fight isn't going to be winnable, even though you use your Lucio ult, you're just throwing it away. And there's no need to use the Lucio ult if your Rhine's still going to be there to be able to block the bomb. So most teams are intelligent enough to be able to make that snap decision really fast and think like, okay, is this ult actually necessary? Are we going to have a decent chance of being able to win this fight afterwards? You know, do we have our own win conditions? Do we have our own grav bomb that we want to follow up on? Have we been able to find a pick? Something like this. Is everybody really healthy and this is just going to keep a lot of players up? Another problem with how Washington play as well is that they just don't... It's just like they're just doing it off... by rote every time. There's not any thought put in as to whether it's required. It's just happening by rote.
Not join them in that regard.
Nope. Definitely would like to.
Yeah, Yanis is with a silent J. I know, I always forget. You know, sorry.
Washington Justice having a lot of...
The enemy Rhine is just going to charge the Rhine if he holds shield for bomb. Right, but you can... Right, but you can boop the Rhine, or sometimes it's only your Zen and your Rhine that get caught in the trance, or your Zen and your Zen and your Rhine and your Zarya. So like some teams will very deliberately only put their Rhine and their Zarya forwards. The Zen comes in, but the Zen's invulnerable. The Zarya has personal bubble and projected bubble, so it's impossible for any of those three players to die in the bomb. In those situations, useless to invest the Lucio ultimate. Literally useless to invest it. And that's how good teams will try and play. For Justice, all they're doing is every single time they throw in that beat, and it makes them so predictable. It just makes it so easy to beat them in terms of the ult economy. And if you're already at a disadvantage in the neutral game, you have to be better at the ult economy than that.
Doesn't overstep, costs his life this time, so...
Pretty easy. Definitely looking for a pick off, but it's not going to happen as the positioning is too good here for the...
Soon up on the high ground. Hip's been able to find quite a bit of damage. Janus is trying to get his shield back up. Nice bubble actually, but Addo caught out a little bit. Addo has to use his bash to be able to disengage. Benbest still has Discord Orb on him, so he's going to have to hide. Alright, Discord Orb is now off Benbest. He's letting his shield regen, and now they're going to get back onto the point. Soon uses personal. Janus incredibly weak again. Takes armor pack, but Corey and Sansam have been isolated. They do actually find the pick on Benbest. I'm not sure they were expecting that. But okay, Sunbarrier gets used. And so double support ults layered there for the Justice, and all that Paris used was the Grav. So that isn't the same situation that I was talking about, but it was a big mistake from them. I don't know why Phasix used his beat. Or did Phasix use his beat before they got then caught in the Grav, but they didn't think that they would be able to sustain the Grav for some reason? But they definitely would have been able to sustain the Grav without the second support ultimate, whichever one they used first. They're going to end up getting killed here though. Samsam is going to get demacked. Players are very split here, though, from Paris. They need to regroup. They need to regroup and find a target. Oh, that's a grab that nobody can really get in on top of. Janus has been found, though. It was a nice boop from Phasix it might have even been a whip shot from Addo. I'm not sure, but somebody booped Ben Best miles away. Beat first, then trance? Okay. Yeah, but it wasn't used way before. It was used in the fight and Ben Best died. So Washington used their beat, they kill Ben Best, and then they get grabbed, but they're like, why can't you just have Janus there hold his shield up? You're not gonna get bursted down that badly. I don't know. I don't like Justice's support ult usage. The beat was just coming off as Guido still had like 3 seconds left on his trance. I'm pretty sure that was really bad support ult usage. Could be wrong, but I think it was pretty bad again. Okay, soundbar engagement. Janus gets booped back, so that just gets totally kited. It's a little too early from Justice. It's an alright idea to try and use that before Cruz has his available, because they know that Phasix used his, really early. But you have to be able to get value out of it. It's a risky strat, and they didn't get any value out of it. But it's nice from Cruz to be able to find those boops. So now, Trance is in. Finzi doesn't have his available. That's fine, Trance from Guido. But that just allows Paris to come in with their double support ultimates. They should roll this. The Grav Bomb is the big problem for them. But they should still be able to... What the hell has happened there? That was weird. Janus dies, Grav Bomb. Oh, okay. I thought they'd be able to survive that with the beat, but they used the beat before they used the trance. They should have used that the other way around. Even with the Grav Bomb combo available for Washington, Paris should have been able to win that with double support ults, in my opinion. Like, you only have to put a few players forward. And then he stays alive, so does Ben Bear, so does Soon, and then your players can come in afterwards with the beat. But yeah, messed up, and a good execution with the ultimates from Washington. So now Washington are actually in a good position. They got an advantage in terms of the support ultimates that are going to be pretty crucial. Guido caught out though, and they used trance. That's a bad trance from Guido, and that's just based on mispositioning from Guido. That he had to use the transcendence to save himself. So that's unfortunate, because Justice, really the big advantage they had there was that both of those support ults were available. Grav gets used. Corey's gonna get bursted down, even through this beat maybe. No, okay, he survives. But the beat. All right, now the beat is used. Oh, he doesn't quite have his trance. He uses trance, but Soon is already dead. Risky stuff. Shatter comes through, but doesn't get anything from Janus. And Guido's done a very good job here at building up his trance. In the middle of this fight, Guido's generated a lot, so this should be a win for Justice. Oh, that Shatter, but that should still be fine. So Paris just tried to skill that. I think they probably should have shown a bit more respect to Washington. When Soon went down, I think the reaction times are probably not enough for Heap to be able to react to that and like save his transcendence. But okay, they use it, they try and skill it, doesn't quite work. Guido, you got to give credit to for being able to build up his trance that quickly. And Soon, although Soon used his Grav a lot earlier than Corey, because Soon went down, they're pretty much even. So now they don't even have that. Okay, self-destruct engage. Finzi got caught out. They tried to go for a bash, but it doesn't find anything. Rally from Nico. They're gonna try and like counter-attack with this. See if they can overwhelm Janus. Finzi back on the cart, and they had to use the trance just to block. Janus again is gonna get overwhelmed here a little bit. So weak. Janus does go down in the end. Heap also has his available. Phasix should not use this. Yeah, okay. But that's a decent hold on point B for Washington.
Will be able to get strapped in for this final contest, but cannot deny B away from Paris.
Not something you see every day, to see a Lucio duel as Zenyatta like that. Nice play there by Cruz to secure the kill.
Pretty messy from Paris as it got to the end. But what was the whole reason that it got so messy? Oh, because they invested double support ultimate, yeah, and failed to sustain a Grav Bomb combo. All right, Whoa, another grab. Soon's getting his grabs pretty quick. I think Soon's better than Shadowburn. I think it's just that the team really fails to play around Soon. Don't know whether you guys caught my live analysis of the Paris against... I don't know actually. Was that Paris against Shock game, I think? Where Soon, they just weren't playing around their Zarya well at all. It was super weird. Finzi and Cruz were both going for like damage rather than peeling for Soon. Very strange. Okay, so with Ben Best down, 34 seconds. This is going to be difficult. So Grav is going to be available for Paris. Unless they hit some kind of Earth Shatter, we'll assume that both of the Earth Shatters don't get too much. Either way could be a big clutch. Soon's going to have his Grav. It's going to get tranced, and they're going to be able to follow up with Cruz's sound barrier, perhaps. And also just their neutral game in general has been better from Paris, so they should still be able to win this. They just need to get the ults out. So I think a Grav to open is going to be the play here. Oh, the bash! That should have been a bash shatter opportunity. Nico had the bash onto Giannis. They just didn't go for it. But okay. They blocked the shatter from Giannis when he got pinned at the back. Pretty predictable. Ben Best so isolated though. If Ben Best ends up throwing this, that's a big C9. That should have been winnable for Justice. That's actually a C9. That's like actually a fucking C9. That's a dumb C9 as well, because Paris had started to throw at the end there. For some reason, Paris didn't go for the bash shatter, and then Ben Best flanked behind, got a pin on Giannis, nicely blocked Giannis's shatter, gets the kill on Giannis, but then just feeds. Just goes in and straight feeds. Instead of just staying together and using the sound barrier to be able to slowly chunk everybody down, just ran in and died. Like, way too aggro. Justice should have been able to hold that with spawners, I think. Why am I not getting ads? Maybe because I have the all access pass? I don't know. What do I think of Seb Barton? I haven't watched much of Seb since he's been on British Hurricane. I'm planning to. I hope he gets back into the league. I fucking love him as a person. I fucking love Seb. I didn't think that he was that talented when he was picked up for the LA Valiant, and it was a bit of a question mark for me. But I think that actually he's very dedicated, and it sounds like he's, just from snippets of what I've been hearing, it sounds like he's doing very well on British Hurricane. So I could see a resurgence for this guy where he comes back into the league in the future. I think working on his Winston is going to be a big thing, because that was it seems unfair to say it wasn't mechanically a strong point for him, because he actually looked okay on Winston. It's just that he wasn't like owl level on tank, you know? Like there's a big difference between being like a good tank and being like, you know, average in owl. Owls, there are some nuts tanks in owl. But I remain fairly optimistic about Numlocked.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Washington Justice unable to deny.
Do you know Guido means prayer in Korean? I think it's fitting because he's gonna need to really get some divine intervention to win a match. Oh my god, brutal. Please, can you tell us how to sync streams? Normally, his Winston in particular is currently amazing, better than his Ryan, really? Oh, okay, well I didn't know that. As I said, I haven't watched enough of him recently to really have a good comment about it. He doesn't have a prayer. In order to sync, I would normally recommend MLG TV. I don't know the best way to sync apart from that. You can type !sync, and there is some kind of installation thing here, and you can feed the streams into VLC media player, and then you can manually sync them up there. That is definitely the best way of doing it, to type !sync and to work around that, to like sync them up like that. But it does take a bit of setting up. So I wouldn't blame any of you if you don't want to do that, but that is definitely the best way of doing it. You can also just leave them desynced and you'll just hear my analysis like, I don't know, 5 seconds later. But again, I mean, you also don't have to watch me. Soon weak. Soon very weak. Nice bubble onto Nico to keep him alive. Soon used his projected barrier onto Nico, and Nico body blocked the line of sight for Soon so that he could get healed up. Soon gained an average of 28% energy per projected barrier applied to teammates last round. I don't know whether that's good or bad. I assume that's pretty good on average, but okay. I mean, without context, that stat means almost nothing to me. You should have witnessed what happened on the map overview POV this last match. Actually hilarious. Really? What happened? Your owl stream capture is fucked with the timer. Oh yeah, yeah, I changed it, didn't I?
Winning that longer fight on the point itself is going to be so difficult.
I changed it because I was doing that review with everybody. There you go. There you go, everyone. What the fuck? Didn't watch that, but okay. Pretty crazy. 11-3D, Manta Metal, and Weedbo, thank you for the Twitch Prime subs.
After a crazy set of events, he's still able to get himself into the right position. And for the Justice now,
I didn't watch what was happening there because I was fixing my my thing.
And for the Eternal, it may be that slippery slope you were talking about.
I've no idea if your view counts on both streams. If you watch on multi-Twitch TV, yeah, I think it does. But I mean, I'm not bothered about my view count. Doesn't do anything for me. I'm not trying to sell to sponsors or anything. Heap takes armor pack. That's on cooldown for a little while, but we'll be back up by the time this fight happens. Bomb available for Paris to use defensively if they try and get too aggressive. Sound barrier. The bomb has already come in actually from Fizzy. It looks like the barrier was actually defensive to try and block the bomb. Bambest is weak. Very weak actually. He needs to back up a little bit. Despite the sound barrier, they did so much focus fire to Benbest that the whole of Paris had to back off. So nice from Washington, honestly. Both teams have trans. Grav, earlier Grav, but trans is going to get forced out. They can't really do much about it. The shatter from Janus doesn't manage to find anything. Counter shatter only finds Ado. And they nice focus fire again to be able to take down Nico, but it's just not enough. Justice not backing off, not respecting Paris when the Grav comes off. A lot of times here in this fight, in this match, Justice have found the first pick. Maybe like 4 times Justice have found the first pick and still lost the fight. When they certainly shouldn't. Oh yeah, some people are using multistree.am, like VHoagie just put in the chat. So you guys could try that as well. Apparently you can sync that up a little easier. That was bad from Paris. They didn't know whether to go aggressive or passive. Like the bomb went in and it was nicely placed from Sansam, and half of Paris ran in aggressive, but Heap had already backed off, so Benbest went back to try and shield him, but the bomb still found Heap.
It's a catch-22 situation in this
Milk toast.
Hip is so far away from Benbest because he can't protect the Zenyatta against that explosion while also protecting his teammates.
Jesus Christ. Nice attempt at the bomb shatter. Janus got booped, but they're still going to be able to find the picks there. Benbest and Nico and Soon go down. Nice progress made by Washington Justice. They have rolled through point B right now. Thank you, absolute cocklord. Justice did go aggressive. The Grav comes out from Soon in the door, but Nico dies trying to follow up on it. What the heck? Why don't they just exchange aggression and force them back? What the fuck was that? Even if you win that fight, it's so early that only benefits Justice. Look at that. Look at that again. Sound barrier used when Benbest still has his shield up, and they get nothing with the sound barrier. I think that's a big problem for Paris. They can't use their sound barriers aggressive because something's going wrong with their communication. I think Cruz is shouting, go, 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 but I think Benbest doesn't trust that the sound barrier is going to be able to be applied in time. So he stays passive and holds his shield. I think that's a big issue, actually. Means their sound barriers are pretty crap.
Huge for Eternal. What was looking like a very great time make is
Am I thinking different about the Philly match tomorrow now? As I said though, it's Philly's match to win or lose. Philly, when they're playing well, will definitely beat Paris. Philly, when they're playing badly, will definitely lose to Paris. I don't know which Philly is going to turn up. I put it at about 50-50. If Paris play badly over the course of the next 2 maps as well, then yeah, I'll probably predict Philly, but I think it's a hard one to call because it comes down to the form of both teams. Bomb comes in from Finzi. It's a decent bomb, but it only rips the shield away from Sansam. Corey dies. Finzi goes deep into the bag, trying to get a punish on Guido. Cruz is so deep. Cruz was trying to kill Guido in the backlines, man. What the fuck are Paris doing? Justice, to be fair to them, are staying very solid. You know, they've got a core and they're staying together. And they're just watching as Paris feed into them. Well, worst they can do on this map is draw. Absolutely huge for the Justice.
Improvement already on control and heading into King's Row. They get the better time after a heroic defense.
They do. Let's see what happens in OT when we come back.
Justice won a fight with Zarya first dead. Yeah. I mean, it's such messy Overwatch from both of these teams on King's Row. Paris was super clean on the first map. What was it? Busan. And now it's just all gone to shit. Are Justice looking better today? First map, definitely not. Second map, their ults have been pretty good. Their ults have been good, and they're not feeding, but they never were feeders. Like, I've always said, Washington Justice don't feed. They just collapse if you put pressure on them. And they're not really collapsing with pressure on them. So, yeah, it's not bad. They're playing solidly, and they're using their ults fairly well. So yeah, I'd say this is a small improvement from Justice. They look like they're getting a little better on this map, but it's very sloppy play from Paris, like very all over the place. Individual players trying to clutch. I mean, Cruz was in the backlines there. Their players were all spread out. Ben Best is getting rolled. They're actually doing a great job of focusing on Ben Best, actually, the Justice. But okay, worst case scenario, a draw here for Justice.
So it's do or die right now. You want the draw at least. It's not a huge time make for the Justice. So you just
Do Paris need a 3-0 to make playoffs at the very least? Possible. Red Boys and Young J _im with Twitch Prime subs. Thank you very much, guys. Why isn't there a good why are all of the slang terms for people like male gendered? You know, like dudes, like fucking guys. I use guys when I don't mean like, you know, males. But there should be a fucking better one for women. Why isn't there a good one for women?
Yeah, he's gonna have to swap. That's not a big deal because he can instantly do that.
Well, the time is the problem.
Yeah, the time is the problem. Well, look at this.
Gals isn't good though. I mean, guys and gals, but gals is not a good group term for people.
Completely reset here right now. Nico out in the front.
Hip's gonna be having one for himself though.
Well, now my chat's just gone fucking mental. I'm not using any of the words you guys are spamming. You guys are fucking idiots. But also, like, yeah, I don't know. Need some new language. Nice pin from Bembest. Nice bomb. That should do it. Unfortunate for Justice that they weren't able to turn this into a win. They just didn't get their ults up in time as well. They didn't get their ults up early enough. The C9 from Justice is now massive. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. If Justice hadn't... If Justice had actually won the defense, where they had touched the cart and been able to win with their defenders, they would be 1-1 at this point. So yeah, honestly, the C9 is pretty big. What is this Davin one? Plot twist, Eternal isn't the best European GOATS team. I mean, that's not really a plot twist, is it? We knew that right from the beginning. I mean, people like Yisko had been telling us that these guys were losing 70% of their scrims against the European teams, or like the top European teams, like Titans, Giganti, British Hurricane. maybe some other teams. So it's unsurprising that Eternal are not the best EU GOATS team. Having said that, I think the level of play in the Overwatch League in general has gone up massively since the beginning, so I don't think European contenders teams are the best teams in the world anymore. I think they could have been at some point, you know, early on. I think they probably were. But after a couple of weeks... Oh, actually, though, there was always Titans. Like, Titans have always been this good, so probably not. Honestly, Titans and New Runaway looks sick as well. New Runaway looks fucking clean as balls. To get to +1 maps, they cannot lose a map anymore. Well, Paris is out of playoffs, basically, then, aren't they? Thank you, Gamer Gracie. What is this? A Vast tweet. I always click on Avast tweets. Avast is... Dude! Avast is an outrageous memer. How does he do it every time? Scadine, get these teams off my screen. I mean, it's just so good. It's unbelievably good. If you're not following Avast, you need to be following Avast. I want all of you to go and follow Avast on Twitter. He is the funniest memer in the... and occasionally posts good stuff as well. Well, no, I don't mean good stuff. I mean serious stuff. But he's so good. He's so good. Invite Avast. Is he around? Oh, fuck. You know what I'm gonna do as well? I don't know whether you guys know, but Peak. What's his thing? GosuPeak? I think it's GosuPeak. Right, we're there. Peak is doing a stream at the moment where he is where he's doing, what do you call it? Where he's doing, it's like him in a noodle shop and he's pretending to be the noodle salesman doing live Overwatch analysis of the games. So at some point we need to go and order some noodles off Peak.
Absolutely, yeah. I've got an Alt Economy sponsored by State Farm for you today.
All right, what's this? Alt Economy sponsored by State Farm. Let's listen to Bren's analysis.
And I want to point your attention first to Stratus and Phasix right here. You can see they got both support.
What does that even mean? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
They end up using both of them. They overlap them. You can see here Stratus.
I don't know why New Runaway is so good. Their scouting has been fantastic, but also their teamwork is really good.
He's going to be using it as well, so overlapping the support ults, never a good sign realistically, but I feel like he had to do it, you know. Finzi had his bomb coming in, but the important thing I want to point your attention to...
See, he didn't need to use this here. There's no need for Phasix to use his sound barrier here, because Corey used his grav to catch everybody in the like, Ben Best is caught in this grav. They counter-graved.
Yes, they lose this team fight, but when it
they counter-graved.
Team fight, which we're going to be seeing here now, he's got the sound barrier, and he can use it in it to win this team fight out, pressure them out.
This is the problem. Like, Washington Justice default used both of their support ults when everybody that could have messed with them is already caught in another grav. So yeah, Brenner's nailed what I was talking about in map 1. Yeah, Mag is very good. Gangnam Gym is also really good. QOQ is nutty.
You were pointing it out. What were you seeing backstage?
Yeah,
I think Hisu's Sombra looked really good as well. How can I sync the streams on mobile? I'm not... How are you even watching 2 streams on mobile? What the fuck? Peak says he has noodles waiting for you. I'm gonna wait until match 2, and then we're... No, wait. Should I wait until match 2? Nah, let's... Okay, we're gonna go and get some noodles in a sec. We're gonna go get some noodles in a sec. I'm gonna message Peak and we're gonna order some noodles. Do you guys want noodles? I'm really hungry. I could be down for some noodles.
around Janus as a player.
Yeah.
He is their star.
Do you guys want noodles?
Trying to work around. And Paris, again, they're very good at sort of...
We'll get some noodles after halftime.
Trying to pounce on it, and they are a very aggressive team. And you can see here...
Some beer and noodles.
I always like to point out the deaths here. You can really just tell the way the game went just from that one statistic at the bottom there. 3 for Ben Best, 7 for Janus.
Everybody was jumping on John.
Yeah,
You
big
saw
difference.
Cruz above him.
Yep.
Saw the Zenyatta picking him off from the side. One thing.
But honestly, Kings Row was much more even. Much more even.
Way up, though, as
Not
we saw
just
Paris
because it was a draw, but actually just
Washington looking much
it was even. You know, it wasn't like a mad clutch from either team. It wasn't like someone got rolled on the offense and then
For me, it's got to be the diva player, Sansa. I think
someone else got
actually
rolled.
did
It was
phenomenal
actually
job
pretty
for
even
his
between
team.
both of these
He
two
was
teams.
about 5,000 damage blocked ahead of Finzi. He also landed a few really great
Sansam's self-destructs were really good.
Really, really great. Janus, Shatter we saw on Kings Row.
Problem is the diva really isn't like that much of a carry hero.
On that second map, and he
If your diva's your best performing player, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
Completely agree with
I
that.
mean,
As well, I
especially in
wanna give
default
credit
goats
to
v
the
goats.
support players as well.
If you're playing against Sombra goats or playing against a different composition, then your diva can do like way more. But
And Janus as well for turning it around a little bit, using his self-destruct to set up a lot of
yeah,
using
good
his
work,
shadow, I
Sansa.
should say, to set up
Good
a lot
work,
of
dude.
self-destructs for Sansa.
And as you can see in
Why don't they play Cloudy? I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I think it's because Ben Best is more aggressive naturally and Cruz is more aggressive naturally, so they wanted to play a more aggressive style. But I would have expected them to play Cloudy. Sansan blocked 5 times the damage of Finzi. No, I think she said 5,000 more damage than Finzi.
You absolutely should be worried coming into this as well,
are?
because I think if you're
What's
Paris,
Peak's
you are
Twitch?
worried.
It's twitch.tv/GosuPeak.
They're going into this, they know they're not going to be making playoffs. Don't have much to lose. If they win out the series, fantastic for them.
Fei said that Cloudy's comms doesn't suit to goats.
With all the pressure on their shoulders right now.
Yeah, that is kind of weird because he was in-game leader for Giganti along with Massa. So it's kind of strange, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, it's got to be something internal that we don't really have a great understanding of. I would expect Cloudy to be the better main tank overall than Bedbest, though. And I think he was when they played in contenders against each other. Why does Brent only have 1 pair of shoes? Is he wearing those red Air Maxes again?
Every match. When everyone watching
Boom,
expects the
boom,
best,
boom, boom, boom,
they
boom.
perform
Ah,
with the
oh,
best.
oh. All right, let's get some bloody noodles. Let's get myself some noodles. Yo, can I place an order for some noodles? How many noodles do you guys want? Are you hungry? You guys hungry? 1, 3 noodles. You guys are morons. Morons. Actual morons. I'm looking at my chat and it's like you've applied anti-aging cream to your brains, just trying to smooth out as many wrinkles as possible. You're unsavable. You're unsavable.
Couple of pieces of pizza if you want to come down and grab some.
What, sorry?
A couple of pieces of pizza if you want to come down and grab
Oh, pizza with my noodles. Sweet.
some noodles.
Noodles, yeah. Also, oats all over the floor. Huh? Nothing?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Paris still going to be leading the series 1-0, though, because we had a draw on Kings Row. 1 minute and 21 seconds wasn't enough for the Washington Justice to get that map victory in, so results in a draw.
Yeah, and in order for them to still have playoff chances alive, talking about Paris Eternal, they will need to win this series with a +2 differential. So, a little bit closer to that not happening with the draw. They're still up to the +1 right now. They could easily take that 3-0 and keep those chances alive. But moving into their next match and those playoff chances, a little bit smaller after that tie.
All right.
Yeah, certainly. Just need to keep
Got myself some pizza. Bloody lovely, that is. Stop spamming Sideshow is gone with the crabs. I'm not gone. One day, I'm gonna fall down the stairs and break my neck, and you guys are gonna be spamming Sideshow is gone all the way to my grave.
No substitutions will be soon.
Whoa. Twists OW and Deadborn with Twitch Prime subs along with Raumzeit.
But I do have to
Thank you.
wonder how Paris will play this map, because this is a map that
Crab Sideshow broke his neck. Oh my god. Fucking hell. You guys are morons. Rizzo W, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Alright. Alright.
Are you teasing me, Paris?
I think they're teasing you, man.
Well, let's see what happens. Yeah.
Alright, what's going on here?
It's not gonna work, guys. But this'll work.
Oh my word! So, Justice are playing Ryan Goats. So Paris decided to play quad DPS. I didn't think Paris played quad DPS, but this is a great map for it. So the idea here is just to force resources out of Justice, play the point a little bit, force them to come out, and then kill them. Most of the damage is coming from Nico. Most of the kill potential is coming from Soon. The big ults are coming from Finzi and Nico. And Heap does damage as well. And plays a point. Nice. Soon! As they all say. Guido weak.
Himself is now down below half HP. Otto going lower, gets a shield back up, him pushing forward, turns to the side, soon gets a hit. Guido finally manages to alleviate a little bit of pressure, but there's still
Guido dies, but Cruz gets a res. They don't want to use his EMP, but they can use the barrage. They're gonna go back to spawn, switch to Sombra Goats, and push through the EMP and try and get a big roll. So let's go. Let's go.
Oh, he doesn't even use it. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, when you use the
Giga Brain.
Widowmaker ultimate, it gives Finzi the ability to identify where every support is, so he can actually hit. We see this a lot in Korea, is you can actually.
What did Corey do? Did Corey just change class? Did Corey just change hero and reset his grab?
If the EMP is good, Guido's got the transcendence.
Big EMP, bash onto Janus, dies instantly. Guido uses trance, but it's way too late. Nico does die, and they've used the sound barrier. They need to peel for Ben Best. Oh my god, peel for Ben Best, please. Alright. I didn't get a single tick off that. They absolutely should have got a single tick off that.
Trying to get the ults built up. The fact that they kind of crashed onto the point with the EMP.
The fact that Nico died really early on is actually a fucking disaster for them. They absolutely should have got at least a tick from that EMP. Especially when it killed Janus instantly.
We're looking for on A. Let's just try to get ults here for a 3-3 comp and swap it up. Back to the good old goats. So, high ground here. They're trying to contest it next to the elevator, but they're actually going to struggle to reposition now at Paris.
The ults are super similar, but Paris have an advantage in terms of the supports. But not a huge advantage, you know? Heap does have trance. Oh, they try and trance rush, but Heap's so far away. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. Paris are stupid. It's a disaster. What the fuck is going on? Soon just threw his grab in. They didn't even get the trance out. Because Guido didn't have it. Well, this is some straight bot level plays from Paris. So basically they just tried to use the fact that they had that transcendence way earlier to try and find somebody and kill them. But they used the trance and Heap was like miles away. And again, their aggressive support ultimate use is so slow from Paris. It's the same shit with Cruz when he uses his sound barrier. They're so slow to go aggressive. It looks like they don't trust each other. Like Ben Best doesn't trust people to save him with support ults. So all Justice had to do was back off and it was totally wasted. Bomb comes in, that's going to give them positioning over the point. Guido uses trance? What the fuck are both of these two teams doing? Did Guido get caught out? He was surely behind Giannis's shield. How could Guido not be behind Giannis's shield? Addo randomly dies? Shatter catches Finzi, but they're going to kill everybody else because nobody else had any ults. What happened to Cruz's ult? Why did Cruz use his ult? This is a clown fiesta. And also, I'm fucking going with Philly. I'm going with Philly over Paris. Paris are done. They're donezo. They've actually gotten worse.
So can maximize damage in that moment. Not the greatest Shatter in terms of highlight reels, but it is going to help guarantee them the team fight win there. Well played by Giannis.
What are they doing?
So far in this series. But
sure.
See.
All right. Fake a rotation around.
Help lead to a victory here. Hip's going to be picking off Otto.
Addo dies again first. Super weird. I don't even know where Addo's positioning himself. He must be on the high ground, on the bridge. Did Giannis just... Oh my god, Giannis just whiffed a charge. Giannis just hit a corner instead of charging into the fight. And so he's super slow to be able to get to point. Everyone's just pressing Q. Paris are weak and don't have a great position. But they can try and fight this. Oh, I didn't see that Corey had graph. With 2 minutes left, though, they should be able to take this, Paris. I mean, Soon's going to get the grab in the next fight, and Cruz is going to have the sound barrier, so they absolutely should win this in the next fight.
Very greedy after the time bank is already so much eroded. Taking a risky play like that can pay off if it does work out, but the Justice are able to tag the point. They don't have the grab to win a fight in terms of kills. Then the counter grab comes out from Corey. Very well played here by the Justice, reacting well to what Eternal was doing.
Yeah, push their way back, not trying to play forward that aggressively again. A minute and 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Paris Eternal able to push up to about 90% here. Now going to be exceeding that. Finally step back in, but Guido's gonna get picked.
My god, I'm watching the fucking Rhines because I'm assuming that's where the first picks are going to be, and then randomly Cruz fucking kills Guido. I mean, like, why would anybody... How am I supposed to catch that? Why would anybody be watching? Oh my god, how is Santam getting these picks? How is Soon and Heap getting caught out like that? But anyway, they should win. Soon is not going to have his grab, but they should still win. Oh my god! Oh my god! Nico screams, "Get down, Mr. President!" and takes the pin. No, absolutely horrible plays from Paris. Genuinely horrible play from Paris. Somehow Soon and Heap die just before they get their ults up, which absolutely would have secured them the point. And then Benbest whiffs the shatter, and Nico jumps in the way of a pin. I mean, incredibly fucking weird play. Counter grab. Trance is there. That's going to keep everybody alive. But Paris are weak. Nice shatter. Big shatter. That should absolutely secure it. But how horrible is this from Paris so far? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Paris are poo.
Where they had such an advantage, and they once again were not able to close, just like Kings Row. Feels like a pattern here.
Oh my word. Skadoosh Skadeen, get this shit off my screen. No overtime? Really? They managed to cap before overtime? Alright, should we get some noodles? I'm feeling, even after that pizza, I'm feeling hungry for noodles. Alright, let's try and get some fucking noodles.
Yo, man.
Hello?
Yo.
Can I get some noodles, please?
Yeah. So I got a order from your viewers. They actually ordered from Uber Eats.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got it ready for you. Now, do you want some hot sauce or not? It's deadly.
I want all the hot sauce. I want the hottest takes imaginable. The most unbelievable hot sauce.
All right. Watch the stream. Watch the stream.
Watch the stream. Okay.
All right. Watch the stream. Watch the stream.
What is going on here?
Okay.
Twitch.tv/GosuPeak. Oh my word, you actually... No, that's too much hot sauce! Peak, that's too much hot sauce!
You know, on the streets of Lijiang, you can't go back.
Oh
Can't go
no! Peak, you've just ruined my noodles! I didn't realize you were about to put like a billion Carolina Reapers all up on that shit.
An order is an order. An order is an
Oh
order.
my god, well,
Okay.
I'm not paying you for that. I'm already at my wit's end watching these two dribbly teams. I don't want to burn my mouth out with your crazy Peaks
don't worry.
noodles.
Don't worry. It's free. The water is red, like literally red.
The water is red. Why is there water in there anyway? Are you supposed to have water in noodles? A noodle's supposed to be in a bath?
Yeah. So the way of cooking noodles, I can't even talk straight because of my noodles, but this is how they are served in China here.
Okay.
You just get them with water
Okay.
and all the spice.
All right.
Now,
Is that why there was so much talk about Shanghai and like malnutrition last year? Because it's just noodles and water.
I would say they wouldn't eat them because it's too spicy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you get stomach boom, don't you? Stomach boom.
Dude, I think this is where I hit my limits. I have no idea what stomach boom is.
Stomach boom, apparently, the players were telling me last year, is like what the Koreans call it when you eat too many spicy noodles and your stomach feels like it goes boom and you just feel like you need to, I don't know, shit yourself live on stage, basically.
Oh, like Jonak.
Yes, like Jonak, exactly. Like Jonak, you're gonna poo yourself on stage after you've eaten too many of GosuPeak's spicy noodles.
I think these would be illegal in Korea.
I think Koreans generally can handle pretty spicy noodles. I think my head would be blown off if I tried them. But, you know, their stomachs are just... I don't know why they do it to themselves, but they... Apparently Neko had to take like a couple of days off or something because he was just eating too many spicy noodles and fucked his body up.
That's actually why he was suspended. Because of the noodles.
For eating too many noodles. Wasn't anything to do with internal difficulties or being a dickhead or anything like that. Just ate too many spicy noodles. I wonder if that would fly. When Fisher gets suspended halfway through the season, it's just, don't worry, you just got too many spicy noodles.
It's like when you eat hot wings and you wipe your eyes with the sauce. By the way, I was wanting to know your take on Paris here. They lost a round with 6 minutes to go on second round.
Yeah, it was actually horrible. Like, I don't know. I think Paris are playing super sloppy. They
Is it Washington leveling up, or is it Paris like leveling down?
I think it's Paris leveling down, but I think Washington have played a little bit better as well. I think normally Washington, like, well, I don't think Washington are a team that feeds, but Washington definitely, like, they don't do much. If you apply pressure to them, they just tend to crumble. But I think in this game, Paris have just been really all over the place in terms of their positioning, and they've found targets to be able to punish. Like, Ben Best died a lot, they've found early picks on Cruz, and they've actually used their ultimates, like their aggressive ultimates, pretty decently as well.
Except for when Cordia like with his grabs.
Apart from then, apart from then.
So, you know, on Oversight, I mentioned a caveman could tell Jonas to not pin. Then he told me, asked me, like, would you listen to the caveman?
Yeah.
Did he pin in the first fight on second round attack on King's Row? Like when they needed one tick?
I don't know, did he?
He did.
So he just didn't listen to the pin. He didn't listen.
I think the caveman, I don't know. It feels like they're still trying to discover how to make fire, like rubbing two sticks.
Yeah,
the tick isn't there yet.
Justice just gonna get full hold here, though.
Who do you want to win?
I want Paris to win because you know, all of the debate about Paris being like actually a shit team and stuff. I didn't think they were like total shit. I don't think Paris are. Well, you know, I didn't before watching this game. I just thought that the rest of the teams in the league had gotten a lot better now that they've had a lot of time to be able to work with goats and stuff like that. And Paris just, you know, haven't improved the same as a lot of other teams. But actually, Paris's shit has been all over in this game. They've wasted ults left, right, and center. They've had really split positioning a lot of the time.
It feels like they got worse over the weeks.
It does. How did they get worse?
Well, do you know who they have been scrimming?
No, I've no idea who they've been scrimming.
Okay.
Is this going to be a big noodle leak? No.
No, no,
okay.
no. I just set it up as a leak without realizing it.
Ben Best as well has been dying a lot. Ben Best and Cruz have been dying a shit ton in this match. Like, Cruz keeps trying to take 1v1s against Guido, and occasionally fucking finds them, but a lot of the time just gets killed. And Ben Best has been focused hard, and is also getting way too aggro.
Yeah, so I feel like Cruz is doing his own thing all the time, and I feel like last week they were like too much on Cruz, and then they just don't know what to do. And sorry, my mouth is on fire from the noodles.
Are you actually eating those noodles that you prepared for me? Are you eating my order?
No, I'm eating my own order.
Okay, right.
That's what, so yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I feel like Paris are just downgrading, and they had something solid going on week 1 and 2. I feel like. Then it's removed. It's sort of like blackouts after being drunk, you know?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, the Paris Eternal players might have just got absolutely wasted on wine and baguettes. They had a wine and cheese night and they forgot how to play Overwatch afterwards. Cruz was sat there just drinking K cider, and the rest of them are drinking some, I don't know, Shadow Nerf the Pop, and they all forgot how to play goats. It's a terrible travesty.
So if they would shotgun something, like a liquor, which one would they shotgun?
What, the Paris team? Or me?
Yeah. No, Paris.
I don't know, what's a famous French? There isn't really any famous French liquor, is there? Cointreau, perhaps? Like that very heavily flavored orange liqueur? That shit's pretty good.
No, I mean, would they shotgun like K cider?
I think Cruz would. I think Cruz is the kind of animal that would absolutely shotgun some K cider. He'd get the dirtiest, most alcoholic bottle of cider he possibly could and just slam that shit down his. What?
Oh, you saw it? Oh, yeah. I was gonna tell you, but be careful. So yeah, I feel like Cruz, he would take these chopsticks, you know, laced with lava.
Yeah.
Just jamming them through the can.
Oh my word. Oh my word, what was that? What are Paris doing?
Do you know how much of a joke it is if Paris loses?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. EU Overwatch is never going to be the same again. People are going to be memeing on Europe for millennia. Oh, I can't believe it. If
There's a good part.
Oh my word.
There's a good part.
Is there?
So, yeah, okay. So imagine that they lose here, and people meme on EU for years and years and years. Then you have Davin. I think Davin, right, on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's gonna grind it out. He's gonna go from caveman to Neanderthal and into action human.
Yeah.
He's gonna come there with like guns when everyone else is fighting with sticks.
Yeah, yeah.
So the pressure, well, yeah, the pressure from the memeing, it's gonna force evolution.
I think there are better EU teams. Like, some of the EU teams at the moment are not that bad. I don't know why they didn't pick up Davin as well. Like, apparently Davin just missed out by a hair's breadth in these Paris trials and stuff. But also Davin's got like way more proven proven success. What are Paris doing? Oh no, sorry. I thought Paris were on the defense with this comp for a moment there. Yeah, they're just attacking with quad DPS. That makes sense. Oh my god! Oh my god! Nico and Cruz drop down right in front of Corey when he's a charged up Zarya. What am I watching? What am I watching?
So when you went to bed yesterday,
yeah,
were you thinking Paris goats is worse than Washington goats? Don't
tell me. No, it can't be true. I don't believe it even now. They bopped them on the first map. They destroyed them. Every time it was just the neutral game. Giannis was getting his head kicked in the neutral by Ben Best, the mini Chad.
The mini Chad?
I mean,
what's
yeah.
another word for a mini Chad?
Like a normal human being. I don't know. The frat boy. Frat boy's a mini Chad.
Oh wait,
are they going to be able to turn this?
The right hand to Bumper.
Bumper's right hand. Bumper's fist.
Monk's right hand.
The hand of the Chad.
Wow.
It's like a Game of Thrones reference. My god, what was that grab? It actually caught Heap just because he blinked into it. But otherwise, Corey whiffed that one 1,000 miles away. Are they really going to be able to turn this? Cruz is getting the D-Mech on Sansam, and they're trying to win 1v1s on the pay. Oh my word, this is ridiculous! Sansam's managed to clean it up with a self-destruct, but they could still lose.
Nah, they're not gonna lose. Like, not even Corey believes it. Like, his expressions on stage, he's like rolling his head backwards. He's like saying, guys, we should buy lotteries now. We can afford the data slaves.
Oh my word, this is an absolute clown fiesta. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat your noodles now. I finished mine.
Why aren't you sending me my noodles? You're a fucking terrible noodle shop.
Well, the Uber Eats guy is still gone. I just
He just decided to leave.
Yeah, like, I'm in the middle of the streets of Legion here with a pan on fire.
I saw the pan on fire. I wondered whether that was deliberate or not.
Oh yeah, I turned it on with molten core.
Genius.
So, you can't hear it, but the viewers can hear it. So yeah, this is, you know, when you go out into the nature, imagine that you're an animal.
Yeah.
Which animal do you fear the most in the jungle?
Do I fear the most?
Yeah,
like
which one?
Maybe a bear? Like a bear would fuck me up. Like a polar bear. I think a polar bear is probably the apex predator. It could basically ruin anything else on Earth.
Yeah, so imagine you're up there in Antarctica, and you see something bright red.
Up there in Antarctica?
Yeah, it's very rare, right?
It is very rare that Antarctica's in the north. It is very rare. But I know what you mean.
Bright red. Something that isn't blood, okay?
Okay.
Something bright red. Would you eat that as a polar bear?
As a polar bear?
Yeah, if you were the polar bear, would you eat that?
Fuck yeah, I'd eat anything if I was a polar bear. I wouldn't care about shit.
Okay, it's like a different animal, though. Not as OP.
Okay, a panther.
Okay, it's a panther.
Yeah.
Now, would you go and eat straight? No, not straight up. I mean, if you see mushrooms, like red mushrooms, red peppers, just red stuff in general in the nature, would you eat
Okay.
that?
Oh right. No, it's dangerous. You know, it's poisonous. Yeah.
You die. That's how I feel like from this water.
She's just got too much hot sauce in it. Your animal instincts are kicking in. They're like, please don't eat this. Corey's been isolated and they don't know that Guido's behind them. Oh, they have no idea that Guido's hiding behind them. Oh, they've only just noticed. And now Finzy's going to go for him, but he was worried about getting punished. Discord all went onto him. Guido's still there, but they've managed to isolate other people because they have to try and protect Guido at the same time. What a ridiculous situation for Justice to be in. This fight was lost like 7 years ago, and they're still fucking in it. What are they doing? Come on! If you lose, if you manage to get yourself in a winnable situation for King's Row and Drew, and then you manage to get yourself in a winnable situation on Volskaya and lose, I'm gonna flip my shit. Come on, Justice! I'm actually cheering for you now. I wanted Paris to win because this was a clown fiesta, but now I'm cheering for you. Come on! Get your shit together, you morons! There's 1 minute left! Oh, Paris have got so many ults. They wasted so much time. They're actually gonna throw. There's no way that Justice get this.
Nah, Pirates are gonna lose. There's no way. So, you know, some people, they go to bungee jumping.
Yeah.
To get some adrenaline.
Yeah.
Others, they go knife fighting.
Knife fighting, yeah.
Yeah, I need some adrenaline here, so that's why I'm eating these noodles.
I get my adrenaline from watching shit teams play Overwatch because it makes me angry and my adrenal cortexes, my adrenal glands just fire up.
Sideshow.
What?
I'm in the future, but they win.
No, they don't win. Bomb. Bomb is in. Oh, they fucked up the bomb. Oh, they got countergrabbed. Oh, they laid support ults. Don't die to Sansan. Addo's weak. Okay, ults are out for everybody. Janus is the only man that can clutch right now. Cruz fed again. Nico dies. Ah!
I just knew. Yeah, so I'm sorry for the spoilers, but I can't help it. I'm in a different time zone, you know, in China.
You're 3 hours ahead. Oh my word, I really thought Justice were going to throw that away. I'm kind of happy that Justice didn't throw that away because they set themselves up to win, and Paris deserved to lose that. Like, Paris, their coaches need to come and slap them in between the rounds.
I think the
Soon's leaving as well. Shadowburn's coming in for the 4th map.
Oh, he is?
Oh my word. All comes down to this 4th map.
Do you feel like the players are trying to prove that they can play anything else than 3-3 when they don't have to?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Pride.
Like they were still losing when they were playing 3-3 though. It was that offense was pretty bad on Volskaya when they played the quad DPS, but they were still losing when they played 3-3. Like they had a lot of time to be able to work with, and they fucked it all up.
Which teams have they lost against recently?
They lost to Atlanta, and they lost to Vancouver, and they lost to Shock. So they have actually had a tough schedule, Paris. But this, I mean, if you lose or even go close with Justice, you need to get the fuck out of my league.
Who has Justice lost to?
Everyone. Justice have actually had a hard schedule though.
Let me see. Well, anything is hard for them right now.
That's true, but they actually did have tough games. I think they played like everybody in the top 5 or something.
Let's see.
Oh my word. I mean, Trid feels bad here. I feel bad here. Everyone watching the game feels bad here.
I don't feel bad. I just put my expectations low. And that way...
Look at this!
That way they never, you know, disappoint me. I have high expectations for Vancouver though. I mean, I predicted in week 1. Well, I didn't predict, but I said no database can save Washington at this point.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, even when the roster was first announced, Washington looked like the worst. What's the like sweet vindication? Vindication? Is that what I'm looking for?
Wait,
Monty
I don't
just
even know that word.
Monty just tweeted Monty just tweeted I should not have made fun of Sideshow for placing Paris at number 17 on his preseason power rankings. Honestly though, the preseason power rankings
that was just for Spice, right?
Well, no, that wasn't for Spice. I genuinely thought like, but that was for the end of the season. That wasn't just for stage 1.
Oh, okay.
So I think they're better than 17th at the moment. I just think this game is fucked for them.
This is like...
Thank you, Shadows, for the Twitch Prime sub.
Wait, who's up after them?
Who's up after these guys? I'm not sure actually. And, yeah, Seoul and London is the next game.
Oh, okay. I was gonna make a gym reference, but it doesn't work. No.
Atlanta Chengdu is gonna be a mad game. Maybe all of the games today are gonna be Clown Fiestas. We might just have a full game of Clown Fiestas, full day of Clown Fiestas.
Well, I'm looking forward for the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
And I think Boston versus Fuel is gonna be good as well, because it's the stage playoff spot on the line.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Who have you got today? Who do you think is gonna win?
Wait, I need everything in front of me because
London versus Seoul.
London versus Seoul. That's fully Seoul if they don't play Fissure.
You think? Why do you think? Why do you think that?
He's gonna challenge Gesture, and Gesture, he's not gonna play Goat, He will play Reinhardt though, and he's gonna win and clap Fissure.
What do you mean he's not gonna play Goats, but he is gonna play Ryan? He's just gonna play his own little mini game.
He's basically playing his own minigame, like he's holding shield up until his shatter, and then he goes around the corner with speed, just slams the hammer, and like he like stamps his mouse like in the table as well.
Yeah.
And he presses the buttons on the keyboard extra hard because then he does more damage. And Fissure is gonna get frustrated from it, like tilted, and he's gonna take the duel, and both are gonna just break their peripherals and then
Yeah, and just explode.
London has the rest of the team carrying as well.
Apparently Fissure is in for that game.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Fissure is good, but I feel like he's not the coordination type of Reinhardt.
I agree. I think they should have run Marvel. I was saying this at the beginning of the season that I thought Marvel was the safer pick for that team, because Fissure just plays how Fissure wants to play, and that's not necessarily the best way of playing.
So one of my viewers asked me if I'm okay.
Yeah, you sound like you're panting a lot there.
Oh yeah, it's the spice. You know, the lips are burning. So I'm like taking small breaths, you know, like CBLB when he plays Tracer, or like pilots in jet fighters.
Like Sabiobi when he plays Tracer. What are you talking about?
Haven't you seen that? Like he does these like mini breaths, like.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it's like he's an athlete.
No, I think that's from his sniper training, or you know, like in the army. Didn't you know that?
No, that's nuts.
Yeah, he was a sniper, I think, and then because it's part of the training, like they have this way of breathing when aiming and all.
Sabiobi was a sniper in the army.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
That is nuts.
Pretty much everyone in NYXL have, not everyone, like Flower hasn't been in the army, of course, but that was like the joke in Stage 1 for Soul, right? They're all like
I've no idea.
Secret Navy SEALs.
Yeah, I know that Kooky was in like the equivalent of the SAS. Kooky was like in the fucking Marines. He was like some fucking big dog. But yeah, I thought Sabiobi had like an injury from bowling and his teeth were weird, and the reason he sucks was like he had tooth pain or something.
Oh,
and he was going like. I thought he was going like to be like. I thought the reason that he did like this tooth thing was like he had a tooth injury or tooth pain or something, and he had to like. I don't know.
Oh no, I legitimately thought it was because of training in the army.
That would be
because
bananas.
that's like when you're fighting G-forces like in a jet plane.
Yeah.
You like tense up your muscles and you do like short breaths so you don't pass out.
How much G-force do you think is being applied to Sabiobi when he plays Tracer?
Depends on the tubs of G fuel.
That's true.
Like which batch?
He's going through time and space with G fuel.
That's why he's putting water on his mouse pad.
Yeah,
so
just soak in as much G fuel as possible.
Yeah,
the wetter it is, the more absorbent it is. All right, it all comes down to this between Paris and Justice. What a bananas situation. What do you think about Shadowburn over Soon?
I think Paris are tilted, so they put in Shadowburn.
It's very weird. I don't think there's a big difference. I don't think there was any difference. In fact, I thought that Soon might even be better.
It could be that Shadowburn keeps emotions under control a bit more, or maybe just resetting comms. Because I don't see a reason to keep Soon in for 3 maps and then put in Shadowburn all cold.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to make sense to me.
It's basically like going to the gym, and then you deadlift 500 pounds, like first thing. You break your back.
Yeah. Shadowburn's gonna need to break his back because he needs to hard carry these fools through this game. Paris have just been throwing. Oh, they're so slow to follow up on the sound barriers, dude. They're shockingly bad at following up on these aggressive support ults. I don't know why. I think it's because Cruz calls them, but my god, BenBest does not trust him to go aggressive.
You know, this reminds me of Envy. You know, back in the day when they would spawn camp, but reversed.
Oh, BenBest is so weak. BenBest is getting caught out a lot in this game. But okay. They died. They got another fight. They actually invested a ton of ults here as well, so Justice might just be able to use the ults to be able to take point A.
Here's a grab bomb combo.
Yeah.
Man, Jonas he has leveled up. He played some Pokemon in the vault.
Yeah, he's actually not looking as bad. He looked terrible in map 1, and then since map 1, the other maps he looked honestly, they've been getting the better end of the Rhine trades, which is amazing. How the shit does it go from Janus getting caught out of position all the time in map 1 and throughout the entire history of Washington Justice playing together, and then suddenly in all the other maps it's Benbest getting caught out.
I've been watching Cruz and he's still just riding around.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I thought Cruz was getting a lot of value at the beginning of the league, but now it just seems like he's going on his own fucking mini adventure.
You know the arena or like the studio?
Yeah.
Behind the studio or like in backstage. The first time you were there, did you feel lost?
Yes, absolutely. It's like a maze.
That's what Cruz looks like.
Yeah, he's going around a venue and he doesn't know where the exit signs are. He's just randomly wandering around.
Wandering in on the wrong stage. I did that first time day of practice.
Yeah.
I went into the wrong set.
Alright, they're gonna drop on them here. Are they gonna try and use another aggressive sound barrier? That's so risky because their sound barriers have been so shit.
My body is even reacting to it.
Okay, early bubble. And then they back off from Justice. Personal gets used, Grav is out. They do catch people in the Grav. B gets used to counter the Grav. Shadowburn's miles behind everybody else. Corey uses
having
personal.
a good time. He's in the house.
Yeah. Ooh, Yanis gets a knockdown on Nico. That's a lot of damage. That stops them actually getting the pick on Yanis as well. If Yanis' shadow had been blocked there, they would have been able to kill Yanis. But now Sansam's just up on the high ground and they're going to be able to take these kills, I think. I don't think Justice even needs to use supports. They should just be able to win this. Oh my god, Paris are so poor at winning the neutral now, and they were so good at it on map 1, and I don't know what the fuck has happened to them. They are mental booming.
It's the G Fuel.
They
It's a
are
bad batch.
coked up to their eyeballs in G Fuel, and it's fucked them.
I was thinking it has worn off, but
Oh my
that
god.
works as well.
Why is Heap so far deep?
They were able to turn that around right afterwards.
A lot of distance gained here.
I feel like Washington are just playing better.
Yeah,
Maybe
Washington are
Paris
playing
the
better.
same.
You think Paris are playing the same? I don't know. This is...
Yes, before maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a bigger difference.
I like the disengages from Justice. They're totally baiting Paris into going aggressive. This is a roll at this point. This is actually a fucking roll.
If you were in the comms, what do you think it would be like? Like, can you simulate the comms?
Pure chaos. Cruz would be like, lads, keep it together for God's sake! Alright, I've nearly got the sound barrier up, and when I get the sound barrier, we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go! And then Shadowburn's like, I have the graviton active, and Benbest's like, oh mon amis, we go now! Oh, we must progress, allez, vite! And then unfortunately he dies, and then Finzi just randomly throws his self-destruct in, and they lose a couple of players, and Heap goes, I use trance now, and Cruz goes, oh mate, I already used my fucking sound barrier, now we've overlaid our support ultimates, and Pirates are just losing their shit. Obviously I can't do all the voices at the same time, but if you imagine all of that happening within a 10-second span, I reckon Pirates are properly losing their shit right now. Like properly having a fucking mental boom. Big breakdown.
He has actually just dropped out the bomber randomly so often.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Finzi's gameplay. I think they could have found a better diva for this team. But also I don't think Finzi's the problem, you know? So I don't
No,
want to
I
like...
definitely don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
it feels like this is the typical thing like that happened in stage 1 for all teams. Like everyone just trying to pull into their direction. Like it looks like everyone wants to win, but you have 6 different ways at the same time.
Yeah. It's very strange because I feel like Paris were one of the more coordinated teams at the beginning, and they seem to have lost a lot of that. They lost a lot of the moving as one aspect that they had that went pretty well for them at the beginning of the league. But maybe it's just because everybody else has started playing a lot better.
Didn't
What a shatter from Giannis.
Didn't France in Overwatch, no, World Cup, I mean...
Oh, what a counter shatter from Ben Best! Holy fat balls! What an enormous testicle play! Oh boy! Ben Best has been feeding for 3 straight maps, but he hits a shatter there, doesn't he? Presses Q at the right time. Good boy. Good boy.
Good boy. Unfortunately, there's a bomb out. I need to put on what's it called? The adult thingy for Twitch. There we go.
Mature audiences only. I still haven't applied that, but I absolutely should. Alright, so
this is when the clutch.
Yeah, Justice managed to break through using the bomb and using the rally. Paris back off, they don't invest in any ultimates. They should have an opportunity to take it here, but if they're so slow to take a fight. How much? That was a huge amount of room that they gave Justice. Ooh, but it catches Giannis, and I don't know why. There wasn't a bash on him. He could have just turned and blocked the bomb. He was worried. He was trying to shield the damage that was coming out of the grav. They caught all of the Paris players in the grav, and they were all trying to focus Giannis, but he should have been able to flick and stop himself dying to the bomb. The trans is just used to keep everyone, you know, even, but armor pack is now used on Corey. They're definitely gonna lose this.
Whose POV are you on?
I'm not on anyone's POV. I'm just watching the observer feed because the what do you call it? The all access pass doesn't really work very well for me. Because it's my PC is so shit it just lags.
Oh, okay.
He shielded bomb and dropped it. What?
They're eventually able to close it out.
So
as a result,
I got the all access pass on my TV, but it's kind of blurry. But
Really?
I'd let you.
That Hail Mary angle finds the
I have
kill there.
direct access.
And now, you know, the hope is still alive for the Paris Eternal.
Man, I can't handle your noodles. I've barely eaten half of the bowl.
Why did you put so much hot sauce on them if you knew that you were going to eat them?
Here in stage 1.
I don't cheat. I don't cheat when I cook food.
Oh my god, look at this.
I live up to the standard.
There's a French fan in my chat, obviously. I think this match is a bullshit. It's so unfair. Why does the Paris team have to play as a home team? It's such a disadvantage. The Justice get to wear white away skins. The giant Hawaiian shield, it looks too much like a white flag. The Paris Eternals, they can't withstand such cultural weakness. The only way to make this worse would be if the Washington team rolled out across the stage in a citron and then pooped cheese on Paris' head. Zut alors!
I have no idea what you just said. It sounded like you spoke in tongues.
I did. That's the French accent for you. This was Janice dropping his shield.
It's going to be all over. They will get completion. He needs that. You know,
Oh, you got it going in my chat as well. I think this matchup is bullshit. It's so unfair. Obviously, I can't do the right voice.
Oh my god, no, this is just Janice being a bot. This is actually just bot play from Janice.
Bot Janice.
Yeah, I mean...
Do you think he would be stronger than bot Yuri in CSGO?
I think Janice may be the largest bot we've ever witnessed. Is there any reason why he would have dropped his shield there? There can't be any bash coming through. There can't be any other
stun.
stun.
Mind games. It could be mind games.
Just enormous mind games. I don't know. What the fuck? He goes behind the shield. Dude, he's literally got his shield fucking looking at it. Like, he... Okay, Janice is looking at the bomb right now with his shield up. And then he just turns. He just literally turns too far.
Maybe he's choking. Stressed. Maybe it was intentional.
Yeah, it was just a big mistake.
Like these noodles.
Yes, like the noodles.
could see he's clearly made some tweaks.
By the way, congrats on your visa.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I'm gonna be heading out there very shortly. I should be in time for the stage playoffs, as long as my jet lag isn't horrific. But it shouldn't be that bad because I've been staying up at dumb times to watch these games anyway, so my jet lag should be fairly well sorted.
Yeah, I don't even sleep myself.
I don't sleep, I just wait. Wow,
Yeah.
Paris absolutely rolled through checkpoint 1. What the hell happened? I just tuned in. I was watching the Janus feeding on point C, and I didn't even realize that they cancelled point 1.
No, they just got card push for free here. Took the first corner and then gave up the.
Have Justice even taken a fight yet? This is the first fight Justice have taken on point B, and they have almost, like, if they lose this fight, they're just going to get free push all the way to the whole of the checkpoint.
Oh no.
Oh, big shatter on Guido and Sansam. That's going to allow them to overwhelm Janus, isn't it? No,
Yeah.
perhaps not.
Jonas went for the pin. He did a Street Fighter combo.
Finzi gets booped off the high ground. Janus is weak! Oh, Janus went for another pin! Oh my god. Is that the pin you were on about, where he just randomly pins out of the hiding spot? How are you so far ahead of me? Are you watching the All Access?
All Access. Yeah, All Access.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the mainstream. Okay, I'll make it good here. Yeah, I'm on the same as you now.
Nico with a fat save, just shield bashing Janus as he comes through with that. They are rolling them. What has happened to Justice? They are shook. I mean, this is a big tilt from Justice. They've been totally rattled. They're playing scared, and they're just getting destroyed by Paris now. I think Paris have decided it's time not to let us lose to the Washington Justice.
Someone sneezed on the keyboards again.
They got that. There's sticky boogers all over the keyboard.
I feel like Jonas goes for the pins when he doesn't have to. It's like an itch. You just can't let go.
What was that shatter from Janus? Did you just see that shit?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, what a feeder.
The bomb there?
Yeah, the bomb. What, from Sansam? No, the bomb from Finzi was right on his head, right? But as soon as the bomb disappeared, he just turned around and randomly 180 shattered.
I think he wanted to clutch.
Mega choke.
Sansam.
Yeah, the pick on Shadowburn's actually pretty huge, and the Shatter doesn't find anything from Bembest. Justice should be able to win this fight. It should be Justice's.
Yeah. Imagine that you're Cruz. Lads, I'm gonna beat now. Let's engage. Let's disengage.
It's so weird how they use those support ultimates.
Yeah, so now Corey has a grab.
Big problem there. Yeah, Corey has a grab. Shadowburn's gonna have a grab for the next fight. I mean, a rally engage and try and just put a load of pressure on Corey, but that's risky. Bubble projected has been used. A lot of pressure on Bembest. Okay, you just die here though. There's nothing you can do.
Easy clap.
Alright, but they've still got 3 minutes. Shadowburn's gonna have a grab. Both teams have trans.
That's 3 minutes of feeding.
Just pure feed comes out for the pure feed for the next 3 minutes from Paris.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't feeding, they wouldn't be struggling right now.
Oh man, how do you miss Corey's grab? Oh my god, I didn't even catch the grab. What happened?
He grabbed it on the payload from the bind, and he got Shadowburn.
Yeah, he got a couple of people, right? My chat is spamming Corey's grab as if it was a big choke, but I thought Corey's grab was fine. Wasn't it?
No, it was good. Yeah, it was good. I think it's chat being hyped, but you know, since it's text, we thought emote sometimes.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, the grab before that one was apparently shockingly bad.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't see that one. All right, grab in. Oh, it gets eaten from Shadowburn. Double support ult still available though. Cruz is gonna have his earlier. Oh, they just C9. They had the trance available as well, and they C9'd. Oh my god, actually heartbreaking for Justice. I want to see the look. Don't even show me Paris. I don't even want to see Paris. I want to see Justice's face as they realize that they C9'd on King's Row when they could have won that map, and they C9'd here as well when they could have won. I mean, they probably weren't going to win, but they had an opportunity.
It looks like Paris defeated their first Dark Souls boss for the first time. You know, it's rough. You've been up for like 12 hours straight, just dying. You uninstalled the game twice, didn't go again, and you finally make it. But you're not hyped. You don't have the energy to be hyped.
Exactly. You've completely run out of energy because it was so grueling. Like, you know that the Dark Souls bosses always win. Like, yes, you defeat the Dark Souls boss in the end, but Dark Souls always wins. And that's the situation here. Like, Paris won, but this wasn't really a win for Paris. This was very poor. Very poor.
Are you excited for London, Scott?
I don't know what even to think about this next game. I think London are on the upswing. I think London have started to get better. I think I would consider London the favourites, but only just.
Which maps are there?
I've no. Oh, they're playing
Nepal, Hollywood,
Anubis, and yeah, Route 66. Yeah. Hot take: Justice is gonna stomp Mayhem tomorrow. How? I mean, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in that clown fiesta of a game tomorrow between Justice and Mayhem. Mayhem are gonna play fucking May Sombra goats well, it's not even May Sombra goats at that point, is it? It's just May Sombra with a rhyme. And
it depends on the maps.
And Justice are gonna, I don't even know what Justice are gonna do. They're just gonna play default goats and maybe play okay. I don't fucking know.
You're gonna do long rotations at least. That's the main thing. They always do this.
Just waste a shit ton of time by rotating around all over the place.
Yeah, it's like, have you ever been picking mushrooms or like berries in the forest?
That's a very Swedish thing to ask. I don't think that's a very universal experience that most people could latch onto. But I actually have been picking mushrooms and berries. Yes, I have been in the forest picking mushrooms and berries.
Yeah, so imagine you set your mind, you set your soul on going out to pick mushrooms and berries.
Yeah.
And then you find some like sick berry place, some other like another. I can't even talk, but you find some different location and you sidetrack. It's like going on a side quest.
Okay. Yeah.
That's basically what Mayhem are doing. They're going on side.
They're going on side quests just to build up their blizzard.
Yeah, it's like 100%ing in The Witcher instead of actually going for the main quests.
Just rotating around all over the place, playing Skyrim without fast traveling.
Yeah. Iron Man. Or like Grand Theft Auto without cars.
Let's have a look at this Taimu tweet, because a couple of people spammed it one after another, so it must be something a little juicy.
0.5 fights in 2 points of Dorado.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It was terrible.
I don't know, man.
They massively choked though, on that Dorado defense. If they just played more aggro, I think they would have had a decent chance of being able to win this series. But they absolutely mental boomed on the Dorado defense.
That could have been Otto's first win.
Yeah. And instead, I mean, maybe Ado will get the win against Mayhem, but if he doesn't, there's a good chance that he might end up being the most losing player of all time.
Did you ever invest anything in crypto coins?
No, I never did.
Okay, so you know, like the hype between around Bitcoins and Ethereum, you know,
yeah.
a year ago. Bitcoin goes to like 19k, I think 19k, right?
Really?
Per Bitcoin? Yeah, I think so.
Fucking hell.
And so imagine being a person buying it at 18k, then a few weeks later it drops down to 0. That's basically out right now.
Wait, are they giving MVP to Cruz?
Who else would they give it to?
I don't know.
I mean, he did some boops. He did get some
He did, but he was also just running around in their backlines trying to 1v1 people.
17 deaths.
Oh my word.
One match.
Who would I give it to? I think
Shadowburn. No, you wouldn't.
Maybe
I was gonna say because
maybe Sansam. Maybe.
Yeah, but he's not on Paris.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be though.
Oh, isn't it to the winning team?
No, it doesn't have to be. No.
Oh, I thought it was forced to be the winning team. Okay.
to that, they have to bid. But,
Give it to the viewers who had to endure this, says someone in my chat. Yes, you little genius.
They do like this, I don't know what it's called, like the show with the woman who has like blonde hair on TV.
Oh, sorry.
what I'm
This
talking about?
this tweet is just fantastic from Avast. The Washington Justice were absolutely determined to lose to Paris. I respect the hustle from the organization to ensure defeat at all costs, despite what seemed like philanthropy from EU Overwatch. Oh my god. One of my favorite tweets of all time. I felt this on a spiritual level.